Right, hello guys, welcome back to another Blu-ray hunting video. Yes, I am in a different vehicle today. I'm in the camper van. This is the bed up there, like that's the bed. If you missed some of the vlogs, there's some vlogs over on Life with James. Yeah, I've still got one of those to do actually. I keep forgetting because Movies with James is so busy with content. I have to do that for next week. I try and upload a vlog on Tuesday. I think I failed 2 of the last 5. So it's not too bad. But if I fail next, it'll be 3 of 6. It'll be 50% failure, which is not very good. Anyways, we're in the van. I need to give the van a run today, basically, is why I'm here. And I need to give it a good old run. I also did do a bit of damage on the tyre a couple of weeks back. But, you know, the air is still in there. I took a right chunk out of it. I went on a corner completely, like, you know, like a, what was it called? Like a pavement corner. And it just completely took like a chunk of the tire away, but the tire's not damaged, doesn't cost me any money, and if it was on the MOT it would be an advisory, so you know it's not the end of the world. It's been inspected today, so that's pretty good. But we're in Cwmbran today, as I say. Just come over here now. We've had to do some bits today. We have got some little jobs to do, but also I'm kind of going back to my roots today, going back to the original purpose of the channel, and that is you know, going to HMV, looking for deals, looking for bargains, looking for new additions to 3 for 50, 2 for 30, new 99s, 99s as in ice cream? No, 9.99 4Ks, of course, and all of that. We're going to go back to our roots. We're having one day in Cwmbran because last week's video was absolutely mental. If you missed it, I basically went to every single CEX store in South Wales. You should go back and watch it. I mean, it's an hour and a half video. It can be watched at any time, but I would highly recommend you sit down and watch the whole thing because it's a lot of CEXs in one day. And I haven't been to a CEX store since last Thursday. Even when I went to the office on Wednesday this week, I was just like, I can't bring myself to go there because I went to so many. But I haven't been to HMV for ages, so that's why we're here, because obviously I want to go and check out HMV, but also CEX will be here as well, so we'll have a little look in there. We'll have a look, of course we'll have a look. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. No new releases this week. I'm not gonna bother with new releases. I basically just can't bother to get up early on Monday morning, and no, I've got things to do. I've got to do from working from home, so yeah, no Monday. But next Monday I definitely will be doing a new release video, Blu-ray hunting video, because there's pickups I want to make, plus also I've got to be in the office that day, so we can do it, so it will all work. But anyways, we've had to park in Morrison's today. Normally I park in like a multi-story thing here, but I can't do that with the van because it is tall, and yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. And I've also got the roof box on top, because we've got a transporter, but then we've got a big roof box on there as well. So yeah, plenty of stuff to do. Parked at Morrison's, you get up to 3 hours of parking here, so it's not too bad. But we've got a little bit of stuff that we need to do. We need to take this Superman bag over to Royal Mail and send out a return for my other half. She bought probably 3 dresses for the wedding we went to last week, and 2 of those dresses obviously didn't make the cut, so they can go back now. I've got this Superman bag, of course, Superman weekend now this weekend. It is Monday at the point of this video going out. I've done my review. I've done the video on Friday. It was a fantastic film and I cannot wait to see it again. And to be honest, I might try and see Superman in every single format that you can see it in, because I've obviously seen it in just standard 2D. I'd like to experience I haven't seen a 3D film in the cinema probably since Avatar, or maybe one of those re-releases we had. Was it I can't remember which one. Maybe it was a 4D re-release. I think it might be Meg 2 actually, but it was in 4D, but I had to have the glasses on. But I'd like to see her in every format possible. You know, Screen X, 4DX, Super Screen. The only one I'm going to struggle with is IMAX, because Cardiff's IMAX is a bit piss poor really. But I could just go and see her in IMAX and just say I've seen her in IMAX, but Cardiff IMAX is not really IMAX. It's a real shame that is, that we haven't got a proper IMAX in Cardiff. And to be honest, the Newport Spitty, I've said this a couple of times, the Newport City World Spitty, they could do an extension like the one that Big Paulie goes to in Ashford. They had the big extension. I remember him filming that, and I remember thinking, like, this one down Newport that I go to is a retail park. There is like a building on the side, like they could just extend it. They could maybe merge 3 screens into one. They could do it, but they don't. And they could do it to be like, they could market it as like the only true IMAX screen in Wales. They could. I just think it's a no-brainer. I mean, obviously, because I'd go and see films there all the time then, obviously. But anyhow, there we go. That is a little bit of a side tour, but I might do that with Superman. I might go and see Superman in every format. I obviously want to go and see her again. I got friends that probably want to go and see it. My brother probably want to go and see it. This is the thing, when big films come out, people always tend to like, James, have you seen this? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it, but I'll go again, especially if it's good. Like Batman was the last one, really, I think, that people wanted to come along to. But I feel like Superman might be the same thing with certain friends. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, let's get over there then. I'm going to do the post first. And we're going to go to HMV first, because it's opposite the post. And then we will look at some charity shops and stuff like that. Also want to look for some glasses. Go to Primark. I've had these about 10 years from Primark. And because we've got the van and I got my car, I need 2 glasses. So I'm going to try and find another pair of these type of glasses, so I can have one in the van and one in my actual car. So there we go. That is everything we need. That is everything we've got. Let's head over to Cwmbran Town Centre. This is the van though, and the name my other half has agreed to give it is actually Vader, because it looks mean as hell. It's got red grills for the lightsaber, and yeah, she was even saying in the back here might get a Vader sticker there, because that's where all the cupboards are. So there's nothing there, there's no window, it's just frosted. So we might get a Vader sticker there. It's pretty cool. We got that in the roof box, which we've got the red to match. So yeah, red calipers as well in there, and that's the chunk I took out the other day. Look, oh look at that. But it's all good apparently. But yeah, but this is Vader, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Okay, so we have to go over the bridge today and past the Vue, so let's head over there. I've actually never been in the Vue here. I might go in and have a look, see what popcorn merch they've got, see if they've got any of those popcorn buckets left. I've already got mine obviously, but it is Saturday, so it's only been out a day, but I can't imagine Cwmbran having many. You know, Cardiff only had 6, the manager said, so yeah, can't imagine that them having that much. Pretty small Vue though. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, this is very strange. I've never been here before. Gotta be honest though, if Vue ever did a unlimited, I probably would choose Vue over Cineworld, to be honest. But no, I've always preferred it. Even yesterday going to see Superman, I just thought it was better. Yeah, they do have 2 behind. I didn't want to film because the lady was standing right in front of them, but they've got everything there. That's weird. Maybe not many people came here yesterday. I don't know, I'm not sure. I've never seen a film yet. I'm going to do that one day, because it gives the impression, because it's not really like a big building, so it gives the impression that the screen's just tiny, you know what I mean? Anyhow, let's go HMV. HMV then, or HMV, sometimes I call it, depending how I feel. Let's get inside here. Really nice air conditioning inside here. It's much needed. 30 degrees today. Absolutely crazy on this weekend. The hottest day of the year, I think, in Wales. 4K though, Fallout. This is series 1 of Fallout. I've not seen this. I think this is a game, believe. They've got the Blu-ray then just down there. Yeah, I think it's based on a game. But yeah, the Beatles then, A Hard Day's Night from the Criterion there from 1964. This is the Blu-ray copy, and we'll see the 4K in a little bit. $22.99 for that one. We then have over the 4K section, Zodiac, which we had last week, sent over by Warner Brothers. Thank you very much, guys. That's $19.99 here. And then we've got the 4K copy, which is a bit of a box, looks similar to the one that came with what's the name, Anora. $29.99 for the 4K version of that. And then down here we got Sweeney Todd, which again was another one sent over by Warner Brothers, $19.99 with a minty slipcover. Awesome stuff for those 2 new releases. 3 for 50s then, just a nice little panning shot there of the little sidearm thing. And then Arrows have got a big sale on. This is the 4K, so as you can see there, that one's there $17.99. Inglorious Bastards is $17.99. That comes down from $21.99. A pretty recent release as well. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, again, down to $17.99. Dune is down to $14.99 on 4K. And then we have then Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, $17.99, as well as The Gift there for $17.99. Across here then we've got a few others. Get Carter, have a look at. No, Arrow, this one, Game of Death, $17.99 again, all sealed. These are all the 4Ks. Flatliners there's $14.99, so you get a vibe. They're about $14.99 or $17.99. Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell are new releases, and they're not in the sale, unfortunately. King of New York rather is $14.99 down on the sale, as well as The Last House on the Left is down to $17.99, and then The Last Starfighter is there for $17.99. So pretty nice if you're going to your eye on any Arrow titles. Same here, The Long Good Friday
Blu-ray at $17.99. Pretty good time to buy them now. Frankenstein there for $14.99. And then obviously down here, Narc, that's a new release. That's not part of it at the moment. We've got The Naked Lunch there for $17.99 as well. We have RoboCop then down to $14.99, which is nice to see. We've got some other bits and bobs here on the shelf. Robin Hood as well is down to $14.99. Some of which have slips, some don't. Tenebrae is down to $14.99. On the Blu-ray section of Arrows though, they've got one there for $8.99 for Shock. They've got quite a few others here. Let's just have a little pan look here. They've got the $14.99 deal on for the Robin Hood one there on Blu-ray. Texas Adios there is down, as well as that one there for $8.99. So just pulling out a few of these. As you can see, most of these titles are actually on offer now, so just check what you want online, I would, and then you can just go into a store and pick them up. Maybe the older titles are down to $8.99, but then the more recent ones are $14.99. Witness is there, that box, but that's just the Blu-ray and it's not on offer, obviously just coming out. Wolf of Wall Street's down to $14.99, and then Yakuza is also down. $9.99 with any purchase though is also on. DC titles now in there, as you can see, just getting a thumbnail. But yeah, Superman is also in this one. The first Superman movie is also in there, but it wasn't in stock. Speaking of Superman though, you've got the 4K Steelbook, obviously the new film in cinemas. You can pre-order that now. They've got t-shirts and stuff here, $21.99 for that if you're interested in picking anything like that up. We also get then this little cool this little bottle opener. I think this was pretty cool, to be honest. That's just on the shelf for $5.99. It's actually a metal feeling. It's like metallic feeling. So pretty cool. Superman Up in the Sky t-shirt. I really like this one as well. That is on the shelf there with crypto there, and then got some mugs and some books and caps and whatnot there. Rust is a new release from last week. This is the movie starring Alec Baldwin, and of course the cinematographer passing away due to the accident on set. $14.99 for that release. Surprising that this came out, to be honest. I know they basically finished the film, but it's one of them. But good to see that the film actually got made. Convoy there, $10.99. As you can see, this is a newish release. It's come down on Blu-ray, down a little bit to $10.99 now from $14. And then the Arrow title is, of course, Chucky the Collection is in the cabinet there for $64.99 if you're interested in that. On the summer horror days then, they've got a Wolfman there down to $9.99 on a Blu-ray. Pretty cool. I really enjoyed this film, to be honest. Most people didn't, but I actually did, which is quite rare because most of the time it's the other way around. Speak No Evil though is $7.99, of course, starring James McAvoy. And then Little Monsters is there also down to $7.99. So a little bit of deals there on some horror movies if you're interested. Right, now let's go Primark, see if I can get some new shades. Let's have a look. Oh, that'll be nice. These ones. Green, blue. These are a bit like Tony Stark. I think I might get these, to be honest. Okay, got the sunglasses. Look at the sky. Today it's meant to be something like 30 odd degrees, I think. I'm looking at my watch. 28 degrees at the moment, apparently. Cwmbran, highs of 31. It's boiling. I'm absolutely melting. Okay, then here we go. CEX in Cwmbran Town Centre. Really boiling hot day. There's loads of vendors out and everything. But let's get inside then into the air-conditioned CEX store. 4Ks then first. Obviously, we came here 10 days ago now. So not much really has changed, to be honest. We've got a few 4Ks on the shelf, just giving a nice overview there. But I've seen all of these. Nothing real, like the new additions that's happened over the last couple of days. Almost Famous is there on the shelf for £3 on a Blu-ray. Got some Avengers there. All of the Avengers, as well as some Vampire Hunter. Up here, though, Animal Factory. This is a very cheap Arrow title for £6. I used to have this, but I did sell it because I watched it and I didn't really enjoy it. Cop Car is there though for £2, starring Kevin Bacon. We've got then The Chamber there for £2 as well, and then next to that then we've got The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It for £6 on a standard Blu-ray. Weird how I picked up actually up for £6 on 4K Steelbook not long ago, so it was pretty good. Bad Santas are there though for £3 each, and then we have The Descent then for £10, an out of print Blu-ray. Dracula AD for £8, and all of that. We've then got Doom Asylum there, another Arrow, and then the Friends complete box set for £22, which in my opinion this is better designed than the 4K one. The Distance is there, or Go in the Distance rather, is there. Little rom-com. Gangster Squad as well for £1. Ghostbusters, Godfather, Gavin and Stacey, more Godzilla, and some more Ghostbusters there. Hustlers, one of the best films I've ever seen, £3 there on the shelf. And then we also have then Hellboy. I've never seen any Hellboy film. I know there's been a couple of re-releases and re-kickstarters and all that, but that's £1.50. Not seen it. Her is on the shelf. I do have this though, and I need to watch this. This is something that I do have, starring Joaquin Phoenix. £5 for that one. I do want to watch that one day. We've got the two Hills Have Eyes there, both £4 each, so numbers 1 and 2 there on the shelf. And then we have 2 copies of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, £32 each for those. And then a really beaten up version of the Lion King trilogy box set on Blu-ray, which I really would like to get that one day. Nova came there on Blu-ray for £12, as well as Ouija there for £2, or Ouija, and then £3 for the second one. I remember seeing the first one in the cinema of that one. Superman then, they've got the 5 film collection here. That's there for £12. This includes all of the 5 films, as you can see on the back. I used to have this one before obviously upgrading to the 4K one, but that's pretty nice to see. We've got Rio 2 then. This is the animated 3D version of that film. Got a couple of copies of Red Day, Robin Hood, as well as a double copy of The Rescuers from Disney, of course. Rome, this is series 1 and 2, I believe, but it's just the complete seasons. I'm not sure if it is the complete, but yeah, I remember watching this. I think I had a DVD when season 1 first came out a long time ago, but that's £18 for those two. We've got The Shine in there on the premium, in a very minty box looking thing there. Star Wars Rebels there, as well as a double pack of Superman there, and then another box set of Superman. This is a different type of one. Comes with all of them. I think this one comes with the Donna cut as well, so the only slight difference there. £15 for that box set with a different artwork. Transformers 4 movie collection then on Blu-ray is also there. Doesn't have anything in there, but just a nice little box. And then we have then some more DC stuff, of course. Wonder Woman 1984 there for £3. And then just up here we've also got then The Vacancy for £5, starring Kate Beckinsale and Luke Wilson. Over here then we have The Witch, as well as Westworld and War there, starring Jet Li. A few copies of Wolfman on Blu-ray as well. And then down here we've got the Wolverine Premium Collection, or something collection, Wolverine X-Men films, you know what I mean, all together. The Adamantum, that's what it is. Cancer Research then, we've got some Blu-rays here. Last time we came here they still had a few of these. I picked up one sealed copy before. We've got some Twilight there, lots to mention some Sex and the City, Kick-Ass 2, Never Back Down, Harry Potter, you can see Quartet, Michael McIntyre, Runner there with a great cast in that film, Grace of Monaco there, Nicole Kidman, The Best Exotic Marigold, and Spider-Man 3, of course. Loved that film growing up. We Bought a Zoo as well, starring Matt Damon.
Right, back in the car. I've got a McDonald's. I'm literally at the end of it, but I sat you with the air conditioning on because obviously I want to get a bit cooler in here for filming. Yeah, pretty crap McDonald's, to be honest. Never have a chicken sandwich, or whatever it's called. What's it called? McChicken sandwich. I basically had 25,000 points in my McDonald's app. I've been saving up for like the last year. So I was like, I'll get a free one. I thought I'd try it. It's literally like a mayo chicken. It's just a mayo chicken. But what I wanted to film was my drink. I picked up a random drink. Pink lemonade flavoured 7-Up. Never seen this before. And we're going to have this. I didn't buy a drink in McDonald's, so this is my drink. So hopefully this is lovely, because I'm thirsty, as you can tell with the weather. That is sharp. I mean, I was expecting it to be with the pink lemonade, but really nice. 7-Up pink lemonade. I got this from Poundland. I went in there to try and find something obscure. There was nothing really that obscure, but I did see this. This is a flavour I've never tried before. Yeah, got a bit of grapefruit in it, I think. Oh, it says lime and raspberry. I'm way off. Yeah, lovely. Right, I'm going to go into Morrison's now. Just get some bits for the house. I also fancy something sweet now after having that McDonald's. And then, yeah, I'll come back in here then. We'll drive home. We'll go to the cinema room and I'll show you the 3 pickups I made today. Did get 3 pickups out and about, which is nice. HMV was pretty busy actually today. Nice to see though, you know, nice to see them being busy. Always helps, because they don't mind queuing. You're thinking, oh, I'm in a queue. Whew, I'm sweating now. Can't even turn the aircon off after a couple of minutes. But it's like you're in the queue, like, oh, I'm in a queue. Oh, yeah. But it's, yeah, you should be like, actually, good job I am in a queue, because it means the store is not going to close. Well, it doesn't mean that, does it? But, you know, they clearly are taking money. There's an old couple in there buying a vinyl machine. 80 quid, I think it was, 85 quid. No, 179.99 is what the thing came to. I was like, Christ, people spending big money in HMV, you know? most people would think, oh, if I'm going to buy a vinyl player, where would you go? I probably would just think Curry's. Like, that's why I think my mum would think, you know. I don't think my mum would think I'm going to HMV. So nice that people actually go into there to actually look at like records and, you know, buy record machines and all of that. Speakers, and they've even got cameras in HMV now. Saw them putting out like Polaroid ones, you know. So yeah, no, good to see them diversifying a little bit in their offering. Right, let's go into Morrison's then. Gonna go and buy some bits for the house, and then we'll get home and I'll show you the pickups from today. Okay then, back home now. Not sure if I like this or not. Every time I do one of these drink things, I'm always like, I don't really know if I like this or not. That's what it feels like I'm saying, but it's got a weird aftertaste. Probably wouldn't choose it again. I guess that's what it's answering the questions on, isn't it? Would I buy it again? Would I recommend it to someone? Probably not. Right, I didn't show you the glasses. So these are my old glasses. Just bog standard. Yeah, but they're a bit old now. I've had them, like I say, probably about 10 years. Gotta be. I would have been about 22, yeah. Gotta be. But I did buy some new ones for £4 from Primark, just to have in a different car. So they're different, but they're very Tony Stark style. So let me try and get the tags off here just to properly put them on. Right, here we go. These are £4, not too bad. UV protector. I mean, it's not really gonna have much UV protection, is it? It does have, what does it say? Category 3 says on there. UV protection category 3, whatever that means. I don't really buy them for category protection. You know, you're meant to look at the sun directly anyways, even if you do have, you know, top glasses, I suppose. Take that, stick it off. There we go. Right, lovely. So these are a bit like Tony Stark style glasses, I think. But I think they... Oh, actually, I'm not... No, they fit me. They suit me. I think they suit me. Yeah, so I'll keep these in the van. Which ones do you think are better? I mean, I think these are better regardless. These are my favourite glasses. They just suit me. They sit on my nose well. They're just comfortable. But these also give me that vibe. They're a bit tight because they're not so used at the moment. But they do the job, and they'll sit... One of them will sit in the van, and then the other will sit in the car. I'll probably put these in the car and these in the van. So at least I've got something rather than nothing, to be honest. But yeah, pleased with those. Pickups then, pickups. We have a very, very quick video this week. I'm not aiming for this to be a long one, so yeah, you guys have had your fair share of long ones recently. So if you want to watch any of my other Blu-ray hunting videos, I have a playlist now, I think, of over 100 Blu-ray hunts. Obviously, you know, they're going to be out of date with prices and stuff, and stores won't have certain things in stock anymore. I mean, Hitman 2 is still in stock. It's been in stock for months. But yeah, so let's go into the pickups then. First thing I got was a poster from HMV. It was appropriately numbered 69. But this is a Superman poster. I'm not going to open this now because I need to put it in my frame. I got Back to the Future up and Star Wars. I'm probably going to take the Back to the Future one down and maybe replace it with this for now. Yeah. So it's a Superman poster. I'll put on the screen there what it looks like. I do need to get, they can see in the top left, I've got Aquaman, one of those A3 ones. I need to get something replaced there because that's quite old now. Dune is pretty good though. So yeah, I need to look at Aquaman, I think. And well, maybe, I think Fantastic Four, I think we're getting a poster at Cineworld. So maybe that could go there. But yeah, I wanted to get a Superman poster. They had a crypto one there, like a yellow. It was more yellow than anything though. So I just decided against that. So yeah, I'm not going to open that now on this video, just because I'm going to do that in a second, you know, properly, so it doesn't get crinkled and stuff. Right, I took my Superman bag out because we're sticking with the theme, obviously. What a great time this is this weekend. Yeah, and my other half's at work all weekend, so I could have gone further and whatnot, but I'm so tired after yesterday that I just want to chill. Do you know what I mean? I just want to chill out. But I'm going to go and see Superman again multiple times in different formats, I think. I've decided, but I just need to have a look at my calendar now and book some actual time in and go when I can. Right, 3 pickups, all of which are 4Ks, and I got them all from HMV. Nothing from CEX, because CEX is a pile of poop. It's rubbish, especially in Cwmbran. But I decided to use the opportunity. There was nothing out. There hasn't been nothing out recently. So I used this opportunity this week to just get 3 for 50. Just to complete some collections that I've been getting in terms of 4K behind me. And I've been missing 2 of the 3. I've actually missed 1. So these are the last ones now, which means I complete those collections in terms of 4Ks. We'll start firstly with one that I was going to pick up, or nearly could have picked up,
the other day on the Blu-ray hunting video. Inside Out 2, 3 for £50. Currently sells for £10 at CEX, but you don't see it that often. CEX in Swansea did have it, but it didn't have a slipcover. Now for me, with all my Pixars, I like to get those slipcovers, but I still paid, what, 16 quid each is there, 3 for £50, so I don't mind there. And as I say, Inside Out 2, there it is. It completes my Pixars now. I say it completes, actually, because the one I've got here is Elemental, which is a Blu-ray, because the 4K never had a UK release. So I picked that up. I think it was on offer for $6.99, I think. So I do need to source that 4K from America, I think. But that will complete it. But I have got every Pixar film physically, albeit minus Elemental in 4K. So this was the last one there that I needed. Obviously, I think the most recent one, because obviously now we're going to have Luca getting released pretty... No, not Luca, Elio. God. We're going to have that released pretty soon, so that'll be the one that I need to get then. But yeah, so 3 for £50, of course. That comes off pretty good. Little bit of debris left from a previous sticker there. I don't know what it would have been, probably the $24.99 one actually, because it only was ever on offer. It may have gone down to $19.99 once or twice before, but yeah. But no, this was the one that I needed to get to complete that Pixar collection in 4K. So I'm happy with that one. I'm not going to open these and unbox them. You guys know what's inside them because they've been out a good couple of while. But I kind of like sometimes leaving some sealed stuff on the shelf, because when I go to watch the film, then I'm like, I get to open it and I get that like, ooh, it's like new, you know, that little feeling. So yeah, that's just for me. Next one then is one that I do need to finish for Indiana Jones. This is the Last Crusade, 3 for £50, of course, with a slipcover. I nearly picked this up a couple of times in HMV on 3 for £50, but they didn't have a slip when I was there at whatever time. But it does complete now my, I can get these out because there's not that many of them, my Indiana Jones there. I've got all 4, and now this is the 5th one there, of course. All with slipcovers, all on the shelf. And to be honest, all except Crystal Skull, which I got from CEX, sealed. So I need to give them a rewatch. That's another indicator, I suppose. It does indicate that, oh, I haven't watched these, so, you know, I need to watch them. So yeah, 3 for £50 again. I think, you know, pretty good. Yeah, like I say, completing these collections and just finishing them off because, you know, I want them in the collection. And I've seen them a few times. I nearly picked up I think it was Raiders the other day on the big mega Blu-ray hunt thing I did in South Wales. And I'm glad I didn't, because I already have Raiders, but I thought Raiders was the one I was missing. But it's not, it's actually Last Crusade. So I'm glad I didn't buy that and whatnot. So there it is. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is the second 3 for £50 there. Follows Inside Out 2. So that completes 2, you know, as I say, 2 things in my collection. Finally then, another one that's 3 for £50, and this one is one that, you know, similar to a while back, I picked up Godfather, and the reason why I picked up the Godfather, I remember, was because the slipcover started to disappear. In Cardiff, that tends to be, for me anyways, the place where slipcovers start to disappear, because Cardiff tends to be the most popular store, I suppose. And then in Cwmbran, then if they've got a slipcover there and Cardiff haven't, it's almost like a sign for me to be like, oh, do you know what, I need to grab it now because it's gonna go. And this is that film. This is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, or is it of the not for the yeah, so this slipcover starting to disappear now in Cardiff, I've noticed, and there was only 2 on the shelf in Cwmbran, so I thought it is time to pick that up. So yeah, 3 for £50 again. Really, you know, people criticize 3 for £50, but it is basically buy 2 get 1 free when you think about it. The price that these came out at, they obviously all come out at like 25 quid. So you are buying 2 get 1 free. That for me is a much better marketing than 3 for £50, because 50 sounds like a hefty price. But you know, buy 2 get 1 free, it's much more of a sell. So I'm surprised they've gone down that route with 3 for £50. But yeah, so I previously picked up, I think it was War for the Planet of the Apes. So I need to get Rise and Dawn, although they don't come with slipcovers. So I would have to get them printed by Inky Prints. But those 2 were part of this deal, but they're very cheap in places like CEX. So I just have to keep an eye out for that. So that's the other thing. When you're looking at 3 for £50, it's almost like, you know, Barbie was there, and well, you could pay like 18 quid for it as part of this 3 for £50 deal, but I picked up for a tenner last week in CEX, and you know, you've got to kind of look at like, well, I probably could get that in CEX if you're happy to get a second-hand copy, of course, and all of that. But as I say, this week just completing 2 franchises and, you know, continuing on with another franchise. I think it's quite a strategic week in terms of just getting these done. Nothing from CEX, but we did do 21 pickups last week in CEX. So if you missed that video, of course, you can go back and watch that. But this week, 3 for 50, and as I say, a nice strategic one. Next week, though, I will be going to Cardiff on day of launch on the Monday. So yeah, there will be a new release coming out. I think it's Sinners is coming out. That is the one I'm after. It will be a day 1 pickup for me. I'm not getting the steelbook, and well, I say unfortunately, I didn't go for it. It sold out pretty quick. So I'll probably go in for the Blu-ray version if it comes with like a really good slipcover and stuff like that, maybe. But I like the film. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't really aimed at me, but I did enjoy the film. So I think, yeah, if I can get it, it comes with a slipcover, then I probably will just get it, install the Blu-ray. But if it doesn't come with a slipcover, I probably will I might just buy it off a scalper as a steelbook, to be honest. But yeah, and sometimes, you know, they put out like an extra stock when it is out. So when it's, you know, maybe the week is out, they might put up a few more that like maybe people have cancelled, returned, changed their mind and all that kind of stuff. So I need to keep my eye on HMV, I think, next week, because maybe this week now before I might be able to get it, and if not, obviously just after launch. So yeah, so that's next week's plan. We're going to be going to get Sinners, no hiding that. But this week, 3 for 50, there we go. Awesome stuff. A really nice day, a really hot day. I'm going to chill out now. I'm going to just go and have a nice shower. I say I'm going to chill out. I'm going to edit the video, and then I'm probably going to go out to the garden and do some painting, to be honest. So I'm not going to really chill out, but doing painting's kind of chill, isn't it? So so yeah, but there is this week's pickup. Awesome stuff. 3 for 50 there. Have you got 3 for 50 recently? Let me know down below. Is there any that I missed maybe when I was looking through? Let me know if there's any like hidden gems. There was some steelbooks there, but none of those really interest me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you got any 3 for 50s recently? I'm interested to know what you've picked up. But if you are new here, guys, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you like what you see, please do subscribe. On the screen there is a QR code. If you scan that QR code, take out your phone, you can subscribe there and then, very easy on your phone, because most people now watch me on their big telly. Hello. But as I say, thank you so much, guys, and of course I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.